But let's continue that. This was a project properly, we could say that was commissioned by Artemov last year. It's a small car it detects noise on the cities. It was produced for the city of Salvador, supposedly a very noisy city because of everyone wants to play music loud on the streets, from cars or houses or bars, but also surrounded by security guards using walkie-talkies and mobile phones everywhere. So it also detects electromagnetic fields. So it produces image and has this video made with LEDs, which shows the proximity of mobile phones, for example. This was done, commissioned by Artemov in Belém. Was the cover of Neuro magazine, the last issue. It's basically a bike developed as a standalone or mobile projection and device. It would include a video projector and the amplifiers and speakers for going out on the city of Belém, which is very flat, easy to bike, and then it goes and find the audience instead of bringing the audience, like we're trying to bring people from Taksim to here. It goes towards the audience. This is also commissioned by Artemov, which is just a box that helps performing. It includes all the necessary performance thing that is usually needed by this group called ISEA, it's a collective working in Salvador. So instead of just bringing international artists, sometimes expensive, last year is bloody expensive, 5 people in sterlings, and we don't regret by bringing them, but so we started a commissioning program to encourage Brazilians to start their own locative projects. The first one was not really an open call, but it was started in 2006, like 7. It's wrong there. Sorry, my fault. And this one by Fernando Velasquez, Uruguayan based in Brazil. This one by Ricardo Palmieri, which is a robot, locative set of robots that waltz and that they run into a projected map. This one was the last one, Redes Vestíveis, wearable networks. It just got the honorary mention at Ars Electronica a couple of weeks ago. And we are sort of, maybe together with Andres Urban, we are sort of trying to make a connection, not trying, we're doing, we are developing and improving sort of partnership with this project run by Jeffrey Warren, which has been launching a do-it-yourself kit for flying stuff, flying things, airships or kites or balloons. A very important part of this project is a set of questions that sort of direct the attention not to the device itself, not for the funny part of it, which is, let's go launch a camera with a balloon, but trying to understand why we or the community or who he is doing that. These are the basic questions. These questions are sort of run by any kind of participatory action. And this is just being applied for what's called a GIS, Geographic Information System, or Geographic Information Science, or even Geospatial Information Studies, which is this GIS standing for something that could be somehow a key point, a key term when doing any kind of mapping, informal mapping. So, bringing together this experience of doing some kind of informal or precarious or not so ready, not so well finished kind of device experience to apply it for something that could be shared with a larger community. Personally, I did an experience last month in a city called Tilburg in Netherlands. I was in a residency over there, and I was trying to follow protests spread in the country because of the cut on funding culture, healthy education, and especially affecting new media institutions that serve as a model for the rest of the world, like Mediamatics, Time, or Link. These kind of organizations, they are sort of a model for others, especially in Brazil. And so the idea of releasing a balloon can be applied for so many reasons or for so many possibilities. This particular experience just faced a total failure of the protest, which was publicized at the Intermedia website, the Dutch Intermedia website, but no one attended. So we ended up with only the guy with that, but served as a way to sort of train and try to get in tune with the techniques used there. So here we are sort of trying to finish in time. This is the guy, the organizer. He brought his guitar, wanted to play, but he gave up because there was no one attending. He blamed the rain and the summertime and that the Intermedia is not working anymore as expected in Netherlands. But it's still something, the idea of mapping a protest or a group of people moving on the streets, but not using particular pictures, still pictures, but moving images, using a camera that could take high definition video, is particularly interesting because you can understand the move done by the participants, or how they organize or how they spread. So it can help also the organizers to deal with their own events. Well, this was quite easy to do in Netherlands. Netherlands is quite open to protests. Well, it used to be. Recently there were some big issues with that. But, well, it's quite easy to move, it's quite easy to take a train with an onion tube or whatever. But in Brazil, it's not, especially São Paulo, it's not that easy. So we are sort of trying to adapt experience that have been done in the United States. Ruben will show some of them, or being done in other parts of the world in which the mobility is doesn't face some kind of contradiction. São Paulo, for example, is a city in which to move, to go from one place to another has been really a difficult thing. More or less like Istanbul, and more or less like Lima or Mexico City or Bogota. You spend 2-3 hours in traffic. So just to go with some equipment and to find a place and to set up is not an easy thing. And also because of not only because of the chaotic side of the city, but also because there is a suspicion that you are doing something that would disrupt the traffic, or that it's not good in terms of counter surveillance, no? especially corporations, or like yesterday Rodrigo was asked to erase all his limits he did on the metro here in Istanbul. They are very efficient to detect if you are using a camera for any purpose. They don't want to know the purpose. They just don't want the cameras. They are the only one allowed to have the cameras. So, for example, another thing for São Paulo is you find this kind of informal charts for taking garbage or recycling stuff or garbage.